Hi, this is Stefan Gonik, Soulmate Attraction Mentor and founder of the Soulmate Attraction Academy from findingtheloveyouwant.com. Welcome to Love Talk Q&A, the place to be to get your questions answered about finding and keeping the love of your life. So I'm going to answer the following question in this episode of Love Talk Q&A. Hi Stefan, would you be able to do a video on how to know when it's time to end a relationship? Even though I've worked on tons of issues and resentments, I still find myself confused, not wanting to be with him, and unsure at the same time. But I'm not sure which part is related to issues that can be fixed versus knowing he's not the right partner for me. So that's a great question. I think a lot of people struggle with that. It's like, when do I know it's the right time to leave my relationship? And what you're describing in particular is actually something that I struggled with for years. And basically what I hear you saying is that, on the one hand, you've done all this work on trying to address the issues and everything else in your relationship. On the other hand, you feel like you don't really want to be in this relationship anymore. On the other hand, you're unsure. And, there's an implicit question in there that I'm imagining you have. And it's the one that I struggled with. And that is, this is a good person. It's not like I picked somebody bad. It's a good person. And yes, I'm at a point where I don't want to be with this. I feel like I don't want to be with this person, but I'm also aware that I have issues and fears of intimacy and all this stuff, because I work on myself. So do I want to, not be with this person because this person's not right for me? Or is it my fears of intimacy and relationship issues that's making me feel that way? So it leaves you in this state of painful self-doubt. And I used to do this in almost every relationship. I'd get involved with somebody, we'd be together for some length of time, and I'd reach this point where it's like, I don't really feel like being with this person anymore, but I was so aware that I had all these fears of intimacy and these relationship issues that I would doubt myself. Is it just my fear of intimacy, my relationship issues that's making me want to pull away? So, the answer is a little complicated. I'll tell you what I finally came up for myself that ended up being extremely liberating. So first of all, you said in your question that you did try and address these things. It's not like, you're in a relationship and you started having troubles and you immediately wanted to bail out. And some people have that issue. They get scared easily and they run away. They don't try and work things out at all. But it sounds like on the contrary, you tried very hard to work things out. And you try to address your own issues internally, you try to work things out with your partner, and then you get to this place. But you still are unsure and wondering if it's you or your partner, or just your partner's not right. So what I would say, if that is the case, that the ultimate solution that I came up with for me is for better or worse to just go with how I feel. Because in every case, I would torture myself with this question of, is it me or is it not? Is the other person not right? I would stay in the relationship for another 6 to 9 months, and ultimately it would always end. And then in hindsight, I go, oh yeah, now that I'm out of the relationship, it's clear that it's not right. It wasn't right. But while I was in it, I had this really this torturous self-doubt and question and stuff. And so what I decided is, I'll never know with pure clarity in the relationship if the person's not right versus my issues, but I'll never know in the relationship. There's just no way to know, especially if I've done a lot of work within the relationship. So the better course was to just trust myself, just to honor it. Even if I couldn't trust it, just honor it anyway. Because once I was at this place of not really feeling like being with this person, that became a big issue in the relationship as well anyway. So I finally reached this point where I said, okay, from now on, I'm just going to honor the fact that I don't feel like being with this person anymore. And I'll just go ahead and end it there. And once I did that, I never regretted it. I didn't linger for a long time in these relationships. I continued to work on myself and work on my relationship issues. And every relationship I had kept getting better and better and better. As part of this upward trend that I was on, as part of my relationship healing journey. And it worked out way better for me. So, since you did try and work on things a lot in the relationship and within yourself while in the relationship, if you're at this point feeling like you don't want to be with him, I would recommend that you honor that. So in general, that's what I would recommend. My only exception to that is if you're somebody who doesn't work on themselves much. In that case, I would encourage you to look within and say, okay, how am I contributing to this? Is this really, are my conflicts with my partner really about my partner? Or are they really a reenactment of my childhood? Because what we do is we bring our childhood wounds into our adult relationships and we act them out with our partner. And our partner just sort of plays the role of our parent. Whichever parent had, the most painful traits we were growing up with. I talk a lot about that in my free mini course. And so you can get a more in-depth description of all that I'm talking about there. So, if you're somebody who doesn't have much self-awareness and you're not really working on yourself, then the question becomes, a lot more complicated. If you decide, if you kind of honor your desire not to be with this person, but you see that you have a pattern where you seem to be having the same experience over and over again, I would hope that would really motivate you to start looking within and doing the healing work that you need to break out of this pattern. But I think ultimately, we do best to honor where we're at. If we don't feel like being with our partner anymore after trying really hard and working on stuff, then I would say, to honor that and to move on. So like I said, if you want to learn a lot more about all that, you can learn about it in my free mini course, The 3 Secrets to Attracting Amazing Love, that you can get from the link below this video. And I hope that was helpful. And I'll catch you on the next episode of Love Talk Q&A. Thank you. Did you like this video? If so, click on the like button below, subscribe to this channel, and spread the love to your friends. And if you have questions about your love life, please submit them in the comments below, and your question just might appear in an upcoming episode of Love Talk Q&A. Also, if you would like to understand the 3 key blocks to finding love and how to attract your soulmate now, sign up for the free Finding the Love You Want mini course. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, and remember, no matter how long you've been trying, you really can have the life and love you long for. This is Stefan Gonick, International Love Coach from FindingTheLoveYouWant.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Love Talk Q&A.